Hello everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. I'm a design team member with Crafters Castle, and this month we're being sponsored by Vectoria Designs. She has a lot of printable papers and cards and ephemera and different things that can be used. But for this month, for this project rather, I'm going to be using specifically the ATC size cards. The first set is called Flowers and Frames, and they come 2, 4, 6, 8 to a page, and they are 2.5 by 3.5 sizes, so they are the size of ATC cards. And then the second sheet that I'm going to be using, I plan on using anyway, because sometimes I do things and I change in midstream, but these are the tattered florals or flowers, and this set is tattered envelopes or postcards rather, and I'll be using them also. And then I have a set of, let's see, they're called ephemera envelopes. And they're the same size as the ATC cards. They're 2.5 by 3.5 once you get them all folded up. This is page 2 of the ephemera envelopes, and these are page 1. I've already taken care of cut out these and folded them up already. So I'm hoping that they'll, fit what I've got printed out. So here is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a pocket letter using these baseball card envelope pockets, and they're they're a fun thing to do to send out to different people or whoever you want to as a little gift. You put a bunch of different things in them, but I'll show you more about that when I get into the project. So anyway, this is one that I just kind of use to test my cards in, and then I get a clean and fresh one once I'm done with that. So that way the person who receives it will get a nice pretty one instead of one that's all been beat up. This is my test pilot. So anyway, I will get everything cut out and then I'll be back to show you more. Okay, now I am back. I have cut out all my materials. I've picked out my cards that I want to use to put inside my pocket letter. Plus I picked out one envelope too. So before I get started and do anything with them though, I want to go ahead and distress the sides of these cards. Even though some of them are distressed already, I want to add some dimension to it by going ahead and distressing them myself. So I have picked out 9 cards for the front and 8 cards in the back with an envelope. And I'll tell you why I've got the envelope in the back. And I may add more envelopes, but we'll just have to see how that goes. Most projects you really have an idea of what you're going to do, but you don't know exactly what it is until you go ahead and do it. So I'm going to go ahead and stain the edges of these, and I will either fast forward this part of it or I'll catch you up. Okay, now I have inked all the front sides or the front cards of my pocket letter. I'm going to hold off inking up the back sides for now. So I'm just going to kind of set these aside and try to keep them in a certain order. If I don't forget, I'm very forgetful sometimes. So, but we'll see if I can get them back in the same order that I had them. And if not, that's okay. I mean, it's no big deal, but sometimes you just pick something that you want in a certain order, so that's what you want to keep. And I've been known to forget what that order was before. So I am going to go ahead and start decorating on these, and there's different things that I'm going to be using, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, this goes this way. I wasn't sure which way it went there for a minute. Excuse my frog. The first thing I think I want to do is to go ahead and maybe add some stickles to these. So let me go get some stickles and I'll be right back. Before I forget, I want to let you know that the Distress ink that I used was actually a Distress Oxide, the Ranger brand, and that's probably my favorite right now to use. I've got 2 stickles here right now. One Stardust, and the other one is thistle. And I may use the thistle one. That's not easy for me to say. Thistle. I may use this one on some of the darker areas, but for now I'm just going to kind of decorate them up using the Stardust. Let's see if I can get it going. Sometimes they're not easy to get going, or they're very getting low on ink or glue. So I'm just going to kind of, you can see my hand kind of shake there because it's not as full as I thought it was going to be. I love using stickles. It adds so much to whatever project that you're wanting to do. So I hope my head doesn't get in the frame there. I might have to change it, which is okay if I have to change it to something else that's a little fuller or something. That's no big deal. Okay, I decided not to use the darker one, the thistle one, because I don't think that would look well good with what I was attempting to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it with this, and as soon as they dry, I'll be able to do other things with it. So you can see I've got the shine up there. See if it will focus here. It's on autofocus. Sometimes, ooh, that's pretty close. Sometimes autofocus doesn't work right away, but there it goes. So I got pretty close to the camera there. I've got to work on getting some other light to off-center this, but for now, this is what I'm working with. So anyway, when this dries, I'll be back with some more decorating. Okay, now my stickles are dry, so my next step is doing further decorations, and I thought I'd go ahead and do some stamping and embossing. So the first thing I'm going to do is use this stamp here. It says hello there, and I believe it's by Momenta, and it's an old one, so I don't think you can get it anymore. But what I'm going to do is kind of push these aside here, and hopefully I don't lose my place of where I want them, because I do have them in an order that I'm planning to use. So I need to kind of push these aside. That one's a little wet yet. But I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to get me a coffee filter, and I'm going to set it on here, and then I'm going to get my Versa ink, and my Versa ink pad is well used, but that's good because it shows that I do work on these crafts, and I love working on them. I love working with Versamark, but sometimes I do get off on them, so hopefully showing you this will not mess up anywhere. So I'm just going to go ahead and dab my Versa ink on, making sure that I get it, and then I'm going to kind of put it in close to the center, not exactly in the center. Then I'm going to stamp it on. I'm pressing really good, because I want to make sure that I get it. Sometimes I don't get it right, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, now you can't see it, of course, and I need to get me a wipe so that I can clean off my stamp, because I don't want that to dry on there. So I'm going to go ahead and clean that. Just get me a baby wipe and clean it off. Put it in my pad so it doesn't dry out. And I'm going to use, let's see, I think I'll use gold. This is Princess Gold. It's let's see, it's Ranger. Okay, now I'm going to shake it on, and like I said, you can't see it, but it's there. And I would say it came out pretty good. So all I got to do now is dump the powder back into it. And I'm going to kind of shake that off in my trash can, because I don't want residue there for my next stamping. And now what did I do with that lid? I don't know if you do that, but I'm like, I have so much stuff around me sometimes when I'm doing a project, I kind of lose things. Okay, there he is. I'm going to go ahead and heat dry. And now you see there's a gold look to it. Let me see if I can, how far I can get up here. Sometimes it focuses really well and other times it doesn't. Not sure if I like the autofocus after all. But anyway, it is there. Oh, here we go. There it is. Hello there. And it's a pretty gold. I just love this gold. It goes on so well. So now the reason I put hello there on this one is because I'm going to have my envelope in the back of this, and whoever I send this to is going to have a little insert of one of the little cards that I got from the, I think this is the Tattered Postcards, and I'm going to put like a little note on the back of it, a little bit about me to whoever I send it to, or a note of encouragement or something like that. So that's, whoops, that's what that's for. Okay, had to grab that one. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to put that back. And this one was in my center. This is how it's going to be looking. Okay, the next one I want to do is going to be the top left. Okay, now get my top left one. Pull these aside. And this time we're going to be using a key. This one was sent to me by someone. So I'm thinking probably put the key slightly angled. I'm not sure yet which way. Let's go ahead and ink it up again. Ink up with the Versamark embossing ink. Make sure I get it good. Set it aside. Had a frog. I think I'm going to go ahead and angle it up this way. I know I'm probably pressing more than I should or longer than I should, but I just want to make sure I get it on there good. So let's pull that off, clean it off. This time I'm going to be using the copper, and this one's a new one that I haven't tried this one yet, but it's also by Ranger. In fact, I think I need to open it up. Okay, so now sprinkle it on. You notice I'm shaking away from the stickles part. Yeah. Put it right here. Think about copy filters. You can use them again if you want to. Okay, let's heat that up. Now, I'm very happy with the way these came out, the hello there and the key. I'm very happy with those. Back to the embossing, I'm going to go ahead and use this stamp, and I think I'm going to go ahead, let's see, oh, wrong one. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the copper on this one too, so that way I'll have copper, gold, copper. So here I have the copper with the copper key. Hello there in gold, and then You're in My Thoughts and Prayers is in the copper also. So now what I want to do is just add some other decorating and embellishment. So I'll get that going, get that started, and show you as I go along what I do. And I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm going to get ready and further embellish these. It doesn't mean I'm going to do necessarily a whole lot to embellish them because these ATC cards stand on their own. But what I'm doing is just giving them a little bit of my own bling to them. So I'm going to get me my scissors, and I'm taking some flat sticky pearls, and I don't always just use these right the whole thing onto one piece. I cut them up, and you can see that I did cut part of this one off already, but I thought it might look good. Okay, you probably hear a dog, but I thought it might look good on some of these areas. And this one here has that word love on it, so I really don't want to do too much to that one. I may put it on this one here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. For now, I'm going to be done with that part, and I'm going to try to add a little bling here and there. See if we can add some to the card. Maybe put one in the top here, one at the bottom. I think that would look pretty. So I'll just get my glue gun. I really want each of my cards to have a little bit of something on them. Thing of it is, you don't want to get your cards so bulky that you can't use them or put them into the pocket. So, you know, I have to be careful. Sometimes I get excited about it and I put too much in. So this card is the only one that doesn't have something on it. So let me see. I'm thinking about putting one of these wood pieces on there, and I think I'm going to put Faith right here. I think that'll look good. So instead of using hot glue on that one, I think I'll use my art glitter glue, because even though it doesn't dry as fast, it does dry pretty fast, and I just feel more comfortable using something like this rather than the hot glue. So now I've got Faith there. Now I'm pretty well done with this part here, so unless I think of something else that I want to add to it, I will. But what I'm going to do is layer my cards up from the bottom up, from left to right, so that way I'll know where I'm going to be starting from when I put it together. That means this will be the bottom left to right. So I'm going to put this over here for now. And then remember the envelope that I have over here? Okay, I've got 3 of them already, put together. I'll probably just use the one and use the envelopes to maybe put something extra special inside of a card or something for the person I send a pocket letter to. But anyway, I have this envelope, and I wanted to show you how to cut it out, or how to glue it together, if I can talk right. And as you can see, I've already have this one cut out, but I also took my scoreboard and I scored along each of the sides, like from corner to corner, and then turn corner to corner, and so on. I did it that way so it'll be easier for me to fold. And then I simply took my envelope and started folding them. And I, would give it a good crease and open it back up. Same thing on each side. I have it folded, giving it a good crease. And then I took my adhesive, and I didn't take it and glue here with my adhesive. I did it on these edges instead. So I just took this. Remember not to put tape at the top here, otherwise you'll close up your envelope. I have done that. And if you have any sticky, just kind of rub it off. And then you have your envelope. And you can distress it like I have here. And all done. So now that's what I've got for this side. Now what I want to do next is show you how my pocket letter is going to look. So I'm going to take these. These are all going to be my front pieces. And remember, I'm doing left to right. Now, I think that's going to look really good. Hopefully somebody will like this, and, it'll encourage them. And so then all I'll have to do is turn over and put each of these cards. These are the postcards that I had cut out. I will just put them inside here. Remember the hello there. This is my little envelope that's going to put a little note about myself or a little word of encouragement to whoever I'm sending it to. And also, and I don't know if I'm going to be doing this or not, but for me, I like to keep them separated because that way a person, if they wanted to, they can put pictures on the back of these and keep it as a memento for themselves or decorate on the other side, whatever they want to do. Sometimes I glue them together and sometimes I don't. It just depends. So there we go. We have all the envelopes on there. And so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and kind of decorate the outside of it. So once again, I will be back. Okay, I'm back with my finished pocket letter. And I just want to kind of share with you what I've done. On the back side, I'll show you that first. It's pretty well simple. All I did was add some stickers on the back, little hearts of encouragement. And then of course, the middle pocket had the little envelope in it that's like this one, only I distressed it. And with that one, I'm going to put like a little note of, hi, I'm Jeannie. This is what I like, something a little bit about me. And then you can also add these little glassine envelopes to the back side of your pocket letter. And in these you can put little embellishments like brads or little die cuts or any sentiments or little whatever you want to put in there, because that gives you just a little gift to whoever you're sending that to, and it keeps them from falling out. So anyway, that's the back side, and here's the front side that I've decorated. And all I did was add some ribbon. This is rose ribbon, kind of an off color of pink, on two here and one here because I wanted to make it look even over here. And I left the holes exposed so you can put it into your notebook, and which is what I do. I put them into a notebook. And then I added some lace here, some lace ribbon here, and some lace ribbon here. Plus I added a little butterfly or dragonfly on top that I got, and some hearts, some more hearts. And that's all I did. I just did a simple decoration on the outside of it, and I'm done with it. So at the end of this video, I'll show some pictures of it so you can see what it looks like in a photo. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe.